Chapter 9. So, Life in the Deserts. We have already seen that water means life to plants, animals, and people. It is difficult for anyone to live in places where there is no water to drink, where there is no grass for the cattle to feed on, and where there is no water to help the crops to grow. We will now learn about the places in the world where people have learned to cope with extreme harsh temperatures, in some places as hot as fire and some as cold as ice. These are the desert areas of the world. These are characterized by low rainfall, scanty vegetation, and extreme temperatures. Depending on the temperatures, there can be hot deserts or cold deserts. The people inhabit these lands where little water is available to practice agriculture. Desert is an arid region characterized by extremely high or low temperatures and has scarce vegetation. The hot desert Sahara. The hot desert Sahara. So, by looking at the map of the world and the continent of Africa, we can locate the Sahara Desert covering a large part of North Africa. It is the world's largest desert. It has an area of around 8.54 million square kilometer. India has many. India has an area of 3.28 million square kilometer. The Sahara Desert touches 11 countries. These are Algeria, Chad, Egypt, Libya, Mali, Mauritania, Morocco, Niger, Sudan, Tunisia, and Western Sahara. When we think of a desert, the picture that immediately comes to our mind is that of sand. But besides the vast stretches of sands that Sahara Desert is covered with, there are also gravel plains and elevated plateaus with bare rocky surface. These rocky surfaces may be more than 2,500 meters high at some places. Climate. The climate of the Sahara Desert is scorching hot and parched dry. It has a short rainy season. The sky is cloudless and clear. Here, the moisture evaporates faster than it accumulates. Days are unbelievably hot. The temperatures during the day may soar as high as 50 degrees Celsius, heating up the sand and the bare rocks, which in turn radiates heat, making everything around hot. The nights may be freezing cold with temperatures nearing 0 degrees. Flora and fauna. Vegetation in the Sahara Desert includes cactus, date, palms, and acacia. In some places, there are oases, green islands with date palms surrounding them. Camels, hyenas, jackals, foxes, scorpions, many varieties of snakes and lizards are the prominent animal species living there. People. The Sahara Desert, despite its harsh climate, has been inhabited by various groups of people who pursue different activities. Among them are the Bedouins and Tuaregs. These groups are nomadic tribes rearing livestock such as goats, sheep, camels, and horses. These animals provide them with milk, hides from which they make leather for belts, slippers, water bottles. Hair is used for mats, carpets, clothes, and blankets. They wear heavy robes as protection against dust, storms, and hot winds. The oasis in the Sahara and the Nile Valley in Egypt supports settled populations since water is available. The people grow date palms. Crops such as rice, wheat, barley, and beans are also grown. Egyptian cotton, famous worldwide, is grown in Egypt. The discovery of oil, a product in great demand throughout the world, in Algeria, Libya, and Egypt, is constantly transforming the Sahara Desert. Other minerals of importance that are found in the area include iron, phosphorus, manganese, and uranium. The cultural The cultural landscape of the Sahara is undergoing change. Gleaming glass cased office buildings tower over mosques and superhighways crisscross the ancient camel paths. Trucks are replacing camels in the salt trade. Tuaregs are seen acting as guides to foreign tourists. More and more nomadic herdsmen are taking to city life, finding jobs in oil and gas operations. Ladakh is made up of two words, La meaning mountain, pass, and Dak meaning country. The cold desert Ladakh. Ladakh is a cold desert lying in the Great Himalayas on the eastern side of Jammu and Kashmir. The Karakoram Range in the north and the Zanskar Mountains in the south enclose it. Several rivers flow through Ladakh, Indus being the most important among them. The rivers form deep valleys and gorges. Several glaciers are found in Ladakh, for example, the Gangri Glacier. The altitude in Ladakh varies from about 3000 meters in Kargil to more than 8000 meters in the Karakoram. Due to its high altitude, the climate is extremely cold and dry. The air at this altitude is so thin that the heat of the sun can be felt intensely. The day temperatures in summer are just above 0 degree and the night temperatures well below minus 30 degrees Celsius. It is freezing cold in the winters when the temperatures may remain below minus 40 degrees Celsius for most of the time. As it lies in the rain shadow of the Himalayas, there is little rainfall as low as 10 centimeters every year. The area experiences freezing winds and burning hot sunlight. If you sit in the sun with your feet in the shade, you may suffer from both sunstroke and frostbite at the same time. Flora and fauna. Due to high aridity, the vegetation is sparse. There are scanty patches of grasses and shrubs for animals to graze. Groves of willows and poplars are seen in the valleys during the summers. Fruit trees such as apples, apricots, and walnuts bloom. Several species of birds are sighted in Ladakh. Robins, redstarts, Tibetan snowcock, raven, and hoopoe are common. Some of these are migratory birds. The animals of Ladakh are wild goats, wild sheep, yak, and special kinds of dogs. The animals are reared to provide for the milk, meat, and hides. Yak's milk is used to make cheese and butter. The hair of the sheep and goat is used to make woolens. People, the people in the Ladakh and the inhabitants of Tibet and Central Asia are either Muslims or Buddhists. In fact, several Buddhist monasteries dot the Ladakhi landscape with their traditional compass. Some famous monasteries are Hemis, Thikse She, and Lama Yuru. In the summer season, the people are busy cultivating barley, potatoes, peas, beans, and turnip. The climate in winter months is so harsh that people keep themselves engaged in festivities and ceremonies. The women are very hardworking. They work not only in the house and fields but also manage small business and shops. Leh, the capital of Ladakh, is well connected both by road and air. The national highway 1A connects Leh to Kashmir Valley through the Zojila Pass. Tourism is a major tourism is a major activity with several tourists streaming in from within India and abroad. Visits to the Gom Pass treks to see the meadows and glaciers, witnessing ceremonies and festivities are important activities. Life of people is undergoing change due to modernization, but the people of Ladakh have over the centuries learned to live in balance and harmony with nature. Due to scarcity of resources like water and fuel, they are used with reverence and care. Nothing is discarded or wasted. Do you know? You will be surprised to know that the present day Sahara once used to be a lush green plain. Cave painting in Sahara Desert showed that there used to be rivers with crocodiles. Elephants, lions, giraffes, ostriches, sheep, cattle, and goats were common animals. But the change in climate has changed it to a very hot and dry region. Al Azizia in the Sahara Desert south of Tripoli, Libya, recorded the highest temperature of 57.7 degrees Celsius in 1922. Scientists have actually found skeletons of fish in this desert. What could have happened? Depressions are formed when the wind blows away the sands. In the depressions where underground water reaches the surface, an oasis is formed. These areas are fertile. People may settle around these water bodies and grow date palms and other crops. Sometimes oases may be abnormally large. Tafila, Tafilalet oasis in Morocco is a large oasis with an area of about 13,000 square kilometers. Dras, one of the coldest inhabited places on earth, is located in Ladakh. Ladakh is also known as Khapachan, which means snow land. The chiru or the Tibetan antelope is an endangered species. It is hunted for its wool known as shahatush, which is light in weight and extremely warm. The finest cricket bats are made from the wood of the willow trees. Manali Leh Highway crosses four passes: Rohtangla, Baralachala, Lungalachala, and Tanglangla. The highway opens only between July and September when snow is cleared from the road.